Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to walk you through Lab 7.2. In Lab 7.2 we're doing a bit of a fraud related procedure. So what we have here is a company's journal entry listing from looks like January 3rd through January 31st, 2022. So we have a full listing of all debits and credits made by the company or by someone in the company into the company's accounting system. And we're going to examine it to see if there's anything unusual. And usually, if you want to get a sense for whether or not somebody is entering fraudulent journal entries, fraudulent transactions into the accounting system, there's lots of different ways that you could do that. Usually, what we do though is one of the things we look at is what day of the week? What day of the week are these journal entries being made? Because most companies are open Monday through Friday. Their accounting personnel are making journal entries Monday through Friday and not so much on the weekends, and especially not on the weekends at 10 p.m. So if you see transactions like that, it's unusual and it's not what you would expect, and then you would go investigate further. Why was this entry made? Who made the entry? What does it relate to? Can we find supporting documentation? So you can begin to answer ask all these different types of questions about these unusual transactions. So we're going to take this listing and we're going to try to identify journal entries that may have been entered at a time that we would not expect, as a first step in a fraud-related procedure. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to create a variable here that's called day of the week. Okay, so we'll create a variable here, day of the week, and let's format this and let's look for a function that might tell us the day of the week for a date. So it looks like weekday. This weekday function returns a number from 1 to 7, identifying the day of the week of a date. Okay, so that looks like what we want. Let's click OK. This will give us the function, and it's going to tell us, here are the arguments that we need to input for Excel to calculate the day of the week. So we're going to say, look at column A, the value in column A, and then we could specify the return type. So if we want what's it say here? Is a number. For Sunday equals 1 through use 1. For Monday equals, okay, so it's saying, do you want to make the first day of the week, Sunday, or do you want to make the first day of the week Monday? And so let's do the first day of the week being Monday. Okay, so we'll click OK. It tells us the day of the week is 2. So Sunday is 1 all the way through Saturday. The following week is 7. All right, but say if we instead of using a number, we wanted to have like the actual name of the day. We can create another variable here. Let's say day of the week. Let's call it text. Right? We're going to give it the actual name of the day, and we can do this using VLOOKUP. I love VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is a very useful function in Excel. So to get this accomplished, what we're going to have to do is set up like a miniature table that converts the day of the week to the name of the day. So we're going to say day number 1, day number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Day 1 is Sunday. Day 2 is Monday. Day 3 is Tuesday. And we're going to carry this all the way down. Excel is pretty smart, so it should be able to figure out the sequence. Okay. All right, so this is like our little conversion table. This is going to tell Excel how we want to convert this. All right. So we're going to say there's this useful function in here called vertical lookup, VLOOKUP. Right. So this, you can see the description. It looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. So this is going to say, we're going to tell Excel, look for the number 2 in this table, and then give me the value that appears in the column next to 2 in the same row. So that's what we're basically telling Excel. Go look for this number 2, and then tell me the day name from the conversion table. Okay, so we're going to say this is going to be equal to VLOOKUP. Our lookup value is going to be the value in the column H. We're going to look up in this table, and we're going to hit F4 here because we want to make this an absolute reference so that when we copy this formula down, we don't lose the references to the table. And then the last argument here is, what column in the table do we want to return the value from? And this is the second column of the table here. So we're going to say 2. And I'm sorry, there's one more argument. If we want an exact match, so we want it to follow, or we want Excel to find the value 2 and maybe not the value 22, right? So we're going to say, if we want an exact match, we're going to type false. I don't know why Excel calls it false, but that's what you type if you want an exact match, okay? So we're going to click enter, and now it's telling us correctly that day number 2 of the week is Monday. Okay, so we can take these formulas, copy them all the way down, and now we have a conversion to the name of the day. All right, so our last step here is we're going to insert a pivot table. So we're going to say insert pivot table. It selected the correct range for us. We're going to click OK, and now we're going to put the day of the week in the rows here, and we're going to put let's put the debits in the values. And we want maybe a count. Instead of having the sum of the debits, we want to count up the debits. Okay? So we're just counting up how many debits appear on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through Saturday, right? So it looks like, contrary to our expectation, there were 13 journal entries made on Sunday and 10 made on Saturday. These are 2 of the most common days for journal entries to be made, and that's a little unusual. So we can go from here. If we wanted to perform additional procedures, we might say, well, what are these entries? Give me the specific listing. And if we double click, it gives us the listing. These are all the journal entries that had entries on a Sunday, which to us doesn't make much sense. And then we can, this can be the basis of additional procedures. We can go find out who made these entries and why they made them. It looks like somebody named with the initials VR made these entries, and if we look here, it looks like on, what date is this? On January 23rd, VR made an entry, and then VR approved his or her own entry. That doesn't make any sense. That's a red flag. And so then we can go talk to somebody in the company and figure out what's going on here and whether or not this is a fraudulent transaction. All right, so this concludes Lab 7.2. Good luck, and I'll talk to you soon.